The Skins game is back this Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, so 6 a.m. Pacific Coast Time. We will have Tommy Fleetwood, Xander Schauffele, Keegan Bradley, and Shane Lowry compete in the first Skins game since 2008. What? That was a while back. The Skins game initially started in 1983, and it quickly became must-watch television. And you would have like Arnold Palmer, Lee Trevino, Chichi Rodriguez, Gary Player, and I mean the list goes on and on. Payne Stewart was a big player in the Skins game. We had Tiger Woods came early, Phil Mickelson, Annika Sorenstam played in it, Mark O'Meara. I mean Fred Couples. You go down the list year after year. It was like must-watch television. Thanksgiving weekend, we would see the Skins. I look forward to it all the time. So I loved it. And then it started losing its luster. So the last four players in the Skins game were KJ Choi, Stephen Ames, Phil Mickelson, and Rocco Mediate. And after that year in 2008, they lose a sponsor. And what really happened was the PGA Tour started its wraparound season. So they started doing more tour events in the fall season, which made it more difficult for players to then carve out some extra time for the Skins game. So they basically just got rid of it. And now, the question is, why are they bringing it back? I guess that wraparound season is kind of going away so much and the top names aren't really playing. So they're bringing it back this year with Pro Shop Studios, and they're doing an interesting format. So it's still a Skins game, and if you don't know what a Skins game is, it's each hole is worth a certain amount of money. And you typically have to win the hole outright, meaning you have the lowest score. You make birdie and everybody else makes par. You win the skin. If you make birdie, they make birdie. The money carries over into the next hole. And that goes on. And ultimately, you could have a hole worth all the money. Or it could just be you win a hole, then he wins a hole, then this person wins a hole, and it goes on and on like that. They're doing that. But in this scenario, they're doing what they call like this reverse pot format. So every player's basically starting with $1 million. Here you go. Here's $1 million. And then your prize pool, your money, your bank goes up and down. With Skins, you win and lose. So instead of putting up your own money, which is typically what people do when they play a Skins game, you go to the golf course and they say, we have a Skins game Friday, right? Everybody throws in $20. And then you have tons of players playing, and there's chance to win large amounts of money. So let's say you're the one skin of the day. You birdie, eagle a hole, and you're the only person to do it on that hole. You win a skin, but if all the other holes are tied, then you win all the pot. So it could be big. It could be, they could have 10 skins one weekend. They could have no skins, and the money could just keep carrying over at the local course. So that's another way that it's done. In this case, they all start with $1 million, and we have to wake up at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Time, and watch on Amazon Prime. So not the most gettable, but most people have Amazon or access to Amazon Prime. So set your clocks early this Friday, Black Friday. The Skins game returns after a long, long hiatus. What are your thoughts about the return of the Skins game is what I want to know. I want to know what you think of the players involved. Tommy Fleetwood, Shane Lowry, Xander Schauffele, and Keegan Bradley. Are they going to draw the massive amount of audience that we're hoping for? So it's finally back. The fun format that we all used to love. It's at an odd time. What are your thoughts on that? And what are your thoughts on the players involved? Thanks so much for being a part of the podcast here. This episode is brought to us by our good friends at SkyTrack. If you're in the market for a home launch monitor, then go to skytrack.com, check out what they have there. They've got SkyTrack ST Max, they've got full simulator packages, they've got launch monitors, they've got a lot of different options for you there. If you use the code, I'll leave a link to there with the code to use, the Mr. Short Game code, you get a nice discount. I mean, we're talking hundreds of dollars of savings depending on what you buy. So get a nice discount from SkyTrack for your home-based practice. It's fantastic. So give them a check out in the link in the video description below and make sure you use the Mr. Short Game code. So we also want to look at this. We have the Capital One Skins game happening this Friday with the players, Xander, Keegan, so Shane. And so we've got that. Okay. We also have coming is the Optum Golf Challenge with Rory McIlroy and Scotty Scheffler as like captains for, let's say, they're calling it like the Golf Channel Games on December 17th. So not only do we have the Skins game, we have this other thing from Optum, which is like a Golf Channel challenge where they're going to do skills shots and different things like that. More YouTube-ish. So my question for everyone is this. We obviously have a massive, huge success in the world of content creator golf events. We have the Internet Invitational. We've had the Creator Classics. We've had the Duels. This is like a one-off, right? It's a once a year Skins game. Also once a year, maybe, the Optum Golf Channel Challenge. So we have those two. And we can compare it, though, as we go forward with other things that are similar. For example, the Bryan brothers, on their channel, they had a Skins match, which has done incredibly well. And this is a good thing to look at and compare it to because we have a number of, let's say, one-off or videos that they have done on their channel that I think would be perfect to compare what we're about to witness to. For example, they do have their series where they've done YouTube Championships. That's their most popular video to date, 4.9 million views. They did a $100,000 golf match. That was their Skins match for $100,000, and they had 6 content creators. That video has 3.7 million views. All right, those are the really two. They've done another golf match, which has 2 million views. So that was 4 months ago. The other one was a year ago. So those are a few videos that we need, I think, to look at and stack up the current Skins game and then the next Optum Golf Channel Challenge thing that's coming as well and see what's happening. Because here's what's interesting. They have the Capital One is shelling out millions of dollars to be the title sponsor of the Skins game coming up. And then Optum, they're shelling out a large amount to be the sponsor of that event as well. And although their Skins match did have a sponsor, it was 100,000. We already are at 4 million with the Capital One because each one starts with $1 million and it goes up and down. So we'll see exactly how much money is on the line, but it's definitely at least, well, 10, 20, 40x the 100,000. So it's very interesting what's going on. And I'm always curious is where are all the eyeballs going and where are the sponsors going? So if the sponsors are shelling out, this is my question, and maybe you could help answer it in the comments below. If the sponsors are shelling out millions for the Capital One Skins game, but only 100,000 for, let's say, the Bryan Brothers YouTube video. Big difference. Yet the Bryan Brothers video gets way more views, more engagement, more watch time, more engagement. If that does that, what does it say about the other thing? Is it still worth it? And why do they spend so much here and not versus there? That's my question, is why here and so high, so low when one performs. So we'll see when one performs so much better versus the other one. That's what we're about to witness. So I think it's interesting, and I'm going to watch it, of course, because I want to see how it stacks up in terms of entertainment value. So this Friday, set your clocks, get your coffee at Panther National in Florida, course designed by Justin Thomas. That's where we're going to witness the first Skins game since 2008. We'll see how it comes out. Thanks for listening.